Hello everyone, my name is George Nomovi. If you are watching this video, it is because the aviation world is going through a serious maintenance crisis and you need to know how this is impacting Africa's economy and what mitigation approach ATAM is offering. I am George Nomovi, the founder and managing director of ATAM Ghana, Aviation Maintenance Technical Academy and MRO. Aviation is the safest mode of transportation in the world. Every year, billions of people board aircraft and arrive safely at their destination. But that safety does not happen by accident. It happens because of one group of professionals that most passengers never think about. Those people are aviation maintenance technicians. Very important people. The men and women who inspect, repair, and certify every aircraft before it leaves the ground. The professionals who keep the wing in the air. The last line, they represent the last line of defense between the safe flight and a catastrophe. And right now, unfortunately, the world is running out of them. The numbers I'm about to tell you will shock you. 2/3 of all aviation maintenance technicians worldwide are over 60 years old. 2/3. They must retire. And the world is not producing their replacement fast enough. That's a serious problem. By 2044, the world must train 710,000 new aviation maintenance technicians. 2 in 3 of those are needed simply to replace the hands now retiring. The aircraft will keep flying. The only question is, who will keep them safe? A message to the United States and Europe. This is not just Africa's problem. The United States alone needs 340,000 new aviation maintenance technicians by year 2033. 340,000 in less than a decade. Europe faced the same reality. Asia faced the same reality. Every region on earth is staring at the same workforce cliff. So, to our friends in the United States, to our partner in Europe, we say this: Africa is not just a market that needs your help. Africa is a partner that can help you too. The technicians we train in ATAM Ghana at ATAM Ghana will carry credentials recognized by the FAA and by ESA. That means an ATAM Ghana graduate can work in an American hangar, can service a European fleet, can fill the workforce gaps that the United States and Europe cannot fill fast enough on their own. When you invest in ATAM Ghana, you are not doing Africa a favor. You are solving your own problem. Africa's trained technicians are the world's aviation maintenance workforce. Now, let us talk about Africa. If the global picture is alarming, the African picture is urgent. Africa needs now 24,000 new aviation maintenance technicians by 2034. Starting from the thinnest training base of any region on Earth, flying some of the oldest aircraft in the sky, with maintenance infrastructure that has never kept pace with the continent's aviation growth. Some facts should trouble us, not sadden us into silence. Trouble us the way A stone in your shoes sometimes trouble you until you stop and deal with it. The question Africa must answer is, have you ever wondered why a flight ticket from Los Angeles to Las Vegas costs between $30 and $80 for 236 miles, while approximately the same distance in Africa between Accra and Lagos costs African about $300? Have you ever wondered why African passengers pay 45% more for a flight ticket than anyone else on earth? Have you ever wondered why Africa is hemorrhaging over $2 billion every single year just to maintain its regional aircraft? Or have you ever wondered why African planes are being ferried thousands of miles overseas for maintenance while brilliant, talented, vibrant African youth sit idle waiting for an opportunity that never comes? These are not small questions. These are questions of justice. These are questions of dignity. These are questions of sovereignty. The cost of the gap, 80 to 90% of the money African airlines spend on maintenance leaves the continent. In Nigeria alone, that outflow reaches $2.5 billion every year. A single overseas heavy maintenance check costs between $4 to $6 million before the ferry flights, before the parking fees, before the revenue loss while the aircraft sit idle. An ocean away from the passengers it should be carrying. Every engine flown abroad to be repaired carries African job, African tax revenue, and African skill out with it in the hold of the very aircraft that should be earning it kept at home. The traveler pays. African carrier fly on some of the thinnest margin in the world, and that cost is written into every single ticket. We pay for it. Putting the sky out of reach for the very people it was meant to connect, and talent sit idle. Young people graduate from technical colleges with mechanical and technical skill in hand, then sit idle because no bridge carries them from the classroom to the hangar. Africa is not poor in talent. Africa is not poor in ambition. Africa has been poor in infrastructure. And that ends today with ATAM Ghana. A word that I have here. I am George Nomovi, an FAA certified airframe and power plant mechanic, aviation maintenance instructor, and U.S. Navy veteran. From the gas turbine deck of the Persian Gulf to aviation maintenance hangars and line maintenance across the United States, I have spent my life keeping complex machines safe. And now I am devoted to one mission and one mission only: keeping Africa's skies in African hands. I am a U.S. Navy veteran of 8 years. I served aboard gas turbine powered patrol craft, the fast jet engine boats of the fleet, through 4 deployments to the Persian Gulf on maritime security operations. There, under real pressure, I learned the discipline of keeping high performance machines mission ready. System thinking, absolute accountability, and split second judgment when lives depend on it. I was a navigator. I was an engineer. I was a gunner. After the Navy, I earned my FAA airframe and power plant certificate, and built a civilian aviation maintenance career through hands-on mastery of the aircraft that move regional economies at American Airlines and Piedmont Airlines. I built maintenance experience at one of the world's largest carriers at MHIRJ Aviation in West Virginia. I ran heavy check on CRJ Bombardier regional jet, deep structural and system work at Piedmont Airlines. I performed line maintenance and hangar maintenance on ERJ 145, keeping the schedule flying. Today, I train tomorrow's technicians. As an aviation maintenance instructor at the Norfolk Aviation Institute of Maintenance in Virginia, passing the FAA standard to the next generation of hands. I hold a Bachelor of Science in Aviation Maintenance Management from Liberty University, with capstone research on competency-based versus time-based Part 147 training. I'm completing a Master of Science in Aeronautic with leadership concentration with a doctoral path ahead. The question that became a blueprint is this: how do we assess real competence, not just clock hours? That question became the founding design principle of ATAM Ghana today. It began as GATEC in Ghana and CBMA in Benin, two expressions of one conviction I carried, that Africa could and should train and keep its own aviation workforce. Those seeds grew into ATAM Ghana today, West Africa's first triple certified academy and a co-located MRO facility designed around competence, not clock hours. What began as my capstone question is now a live build-out, with regulators engaging and partners stepping forward. My faith: I am a committed Christian, and I build on principle, stewardship, and service to others. The merit: I believe it is ability, not the size of a family purse, that should decide who rises. Africa, I want value, skill, and opportunity to stay home in the hands of the people who earned them. I have spent my life keeping machines safe. ATAM is how I keep a generation's future safe too. My vision is to build the bridge from Africa's idle talent to the world hangars, a triple certified academy and MRO that trains to GCAA, ESA, and FAA standard at once, keeps maintenance value on the continent, and opens the profession by merit, not money. The sovereignty in the sky. Nations that can maintain their own fleet, train their own people, and keep their own value at home. Merit over money. Talent decide who rises, not the size of the family purse. World standard, African hands. Trained to the highest global standard, owned, staffed, and led by Africa. ATAM Ghana is the answer. ATAM Ghana exists to open that door. West Africa's first triple certified aviation maintenance academy, alongside a co-located maintenance and overhaul facility that keeps the work and its value on the continent. What about the academy? Trained to GCAA, ESA, and FAA standard at once. A single graduate earns triple certification, triple recognition credentials, honored in Accra, in Europe, and in the United States alike. The MRO, a co-located maintenance and overhaul facility that capture value once flown abroad, turning an export of cash into an engine of jobs, skill, and tax revenue at home. For every cost, a direct answer. Answer one, train where the need is. Produce the technician the world needs here on African soil to the very same standard demanded anywhere on earth. Answer two, build the missing base. West Africa's first triple certified academy. One graduate's credentials honored in Accra, Europe, and the United States. Answer three, keep the money home. A co-located MRO captures the value that once flew away, turning an export of cash into growth. Answer four, collapse the cost. Do the check here at home. No ferry flights, no foreign exchange drain, no aircraft sitting idle an ocean away. Answer five, homegrown careers. Every check performed in Accra build local skills, local payroll, and a local tax base. Exported job become careers at home. Answer six is sky that opens. Lower the cost of keeping aircraft flying, and you make room for stronger airlines and fairer fares for ordinary Africans. Answer seven, idle talent certified. Recruit the young people the old system overlooked and hand them a globally portable career and a good wage. Answer eight, by merit, not by money. Merit-based need calibrated scholarship. Choose the talented first and found those who cannot pay. Ability decides who rises. A partnership of equals, not dependence, not charity. African ownership and admission, ambition at the center, joined by the world best from three continents, America, through United States. The United States brings the world golden standard of maintenance training, FAA Part 147 certification, the credential that opens every door across the America and beyond. Instruction, depth, examiner, rigor, and a safety-first maintenance culture. And what does Europe bring? Europe brings the regulatory framework that governs much of world aviation, ESA Part 147, Part 66, and Part 145. The benchmark system recognized across the world, Airbus fleet expertise and route recognition. Asia brings the scale, the growth, and the momentum. The fastest growing aviation market in the world. High throughput, cost discipline, MRO practice. And Africa brings the heart of it. Not the junior partner. The reason the whole partnership exists. Triple certification, GCAA, ESA, and FAA together. A technician trained in Accra, recognized and welcomed across the world. How the scholarship pay for themselves. Not a gift that disappears, but an investment that returns. A revolving fund, not a sunk expense. Step one, train a talented young person on a merit-based scholarship. Step two, the co-located MRO hire the graduate. Step three, Over 3 years, 25% of salary returned to the fund. Step 4, the replenished fund trained the next students. The graduates earn a real living from day one. The fund replenishes. The cycle turns again. In 3 years, fund repaired, living earned, ESA license qualified. Picture it. Within a single generation, an aircraft once ferried thousands of miles for a heavy check rolled instead into a hangar in Accra, serviced by African hands, and back in the sky in days, not weeks like before. Foreign exchange that once flew away, staying home, turning into wage, into tax revenue, into classroom and clinics. A young woman who graduated with no path forwards, now licensed technician with a globally portable career, American and European airline. Their technician shortage eased by world-class professionals trained in Accra. West Africa is not as a place that sends its aircraft away, but as the place the region sends its aircraft to be repaired. That is not a fantasy. Every piece already exists somewhere. ATAM Ghana simply bring them together in one place at one time. 3 doors are open right now. You can either endorse, lend your name and voice, tell the world that Africa intends to train and keep its own aviation workforce. 2, you can partner, shape curriculum, share expertise, host placements, and open the pipeline. And 4 and 3, you can invest, found the academy, the MRO, and the scholarship. A stake in the market worth winning. The needs is real. The talent is ready. The standard exists. Turn these costs into answers. And what remains is not a hope. It is a plan. It is a movement. And the moment, with regulator engaging, with Africa investing in its own aviation future, is now. It's feasible. Join us. I'm George R. Numovi, and this is ATAM Ghana. Thank you for watching, and I shall meet you again in further video.